Well, I've been fortunate enough to play Major League Baseball for 7 different teams, which puts me in front of actually about 8 different hitting instructors, managers, coaches in general, a lot of different general managers. Minor league career was long, sometimes too long. It was very difficult for me. Was not the most talented, relatively speaking, when I'm comparing myself to other professional ball players. Made me work extremely hard. A lot of failure, a lot of success, but a lot of failure. And I think that in itself was maybe what gives me the highest qualifications in my own mind. While these things were happening, family traveling all over the country, it's not a good thing. It's not a positive thing. But when you look back and it's all done, I think I can pull from the failure, forced me to think, forced me to fix things, examine things, which is what I have to do now a lot of times with my students in my classes. The success gave me the feeling that I'm sure a lot of the kids in my classes have. If a kid is leading hitter of a high school baseball team, I know what it is like to be successful. If he is a terrible player, if he's struggling, or if he's hitting a streak where he's slumping, I've been that player. I've actually been the player. I've told students in my classes, I've been the player that goes to the ballpark and hopes that I'm not in the lineup. I don't know how many people have done it, or at least how many people would want to admit that, but I've done that. I've driven to the Major League Shea Stadium and hope that I'm not in the lineup because that's how low my confidence is, but yet have to play that day. So I think that's a long way of me saying I have been every player that there is. So I've seen through their eyes, and I've felt through their emotions what it's like to be all those different types of players, and I believe that that helps me to teach. On the other hand, as a coach now, I've been able to coach at every level. And the academy now flips it for me. It helps me doing classes and seeing how some students respond to the way that you say things, or whether you raise your voice or you don't raise your voice. That has helped me become a better coach. And it's funny how that kind of flipped around for me. But I see, because I have a league down here and I drive around in a golf cart and I watch other coaches at the youth level, I see a lot of times things that I can say to myself, boy, I don't think I would do it that way. Shouting at a kid for when he makes a mistake is probably not the way I would do it. Maybe pulling him off to the side and explaining what went wrong, followed up by how to do it properly, is the way I would have responded better. So now that in itself teaches me how to better communicate with a student.